Hey everybody, I made a boo-boo on the setup over here for concrete. I've already started to tear it down, and the road and stuff is starting to get torn down now too. I went ahead and when I connected this with dry bulk storage, whenever with these cargo lines here, I used the inputs. I did this. I don't know, like maybe I was like in a view like this and thought I was doing it right or something. I don't know, but I just maybe something in my haste. I made it to where this was an in, and I need this to be an out. Obviously, we need the stuff to get unloaded here so that the cement can be in storage. And this might throw off the road a little bit. So I'm tearing down the road and trying to get it out of my way so that I can make this. And I'm hoping that after I do that, see the rail is pretty much done there too. I'm hoping that after I do that, that I'll be able to get the road through here again. But if not, then basically this is not going to be a through road anymore, and they're going to have to go around to do that, which is pretty bad. Alternatively, I mean, I could widen the coastline out a little bit and have the road go around this way, but then it has to cross the rail, which is just, I don't know, it's just not ideal. It's not what I wanted. So I'm really hoping that I can maybe make this work to where, you know, this can connect directly here, and then somehow the road can squeeze by. Even if it has to curve, it can squeeze by, is what I'm hoping. But alternatively, we just pave this, and they'll still be able to get around it. It's just, you know, weird. But in any case, yeah, that's what I'm working on now. Welcome back to, well, welcome to MAGNITOGRAD. I don't have every house filled in. We got a couple different buildings here that do not have people living in them. So this one here, nobody's in this one, nobody's in this one, and nobody's in this one. And I'm actually going to make these two exclusive to university educated people. That way they are the closest to where when they walk over here, they will be over here near the vehicles. Obviously, they can still go wherever they want, but when they start to live here, they will be able to cross over here into making our own vehicles. We still have a couple of walking paths and stuff that aren't done, and then this one here that crosses over top of the road and the rail, that's not done yet. They're working on it. What I need them to do is to have a source of concrete in the area. That's the big thing. So I just need a source of concrete here. I really wish I had a full demolition office so we could do this stuff a lot faster. And I was thinking maybe it's not necessary, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna get this thing started, and I'm gonna high prioritize it even so that they really get in here and do this. Ambulance is not arriving in the Dnipro Flats, Charlebinsk. We have 19 people without a job. I don't know if that's just because the train's not coming fast enough. I think that's what it is. The train just isn't arriving fast enough. And people are here and they're timing out. But we should be loading people up really quickly on these trains. I do wish there was a mechanism in the game that would allow me to have trains wait till loaded. I realize that, you know, this would create some bottlenecks on passenger train routes. And, you know, if I knew the feature existed, I could design my passenger train routes accordingly. Like I could alter the design that I have planned so that it works around that. Because having trains like this stop and only load 58 people and then leave, and having there be like immediately another 30, 40 people waiting before they even really get away, I don't know, like it creates the need for more trains. Not longer trains, but more shorter trains, right? And it's just kind of this thing where you're never really going to give everybody a job because they're just sitting here waiting too long for the next train to arrive. Like this guy here, he's going to time out and he's going to be gone. It's going to be poof, gone. And because he's gone, that counts as an unemployed person. So we have 5% unemployment in our republic. We're up to almost 53,000 people. So that's pretty great. We still have 1,200 that are 21 without a flat. If I was to open up these houses, that would take care of a sizable percentage of those. And then those people could also go to university. And you can see there's a lot going on in the university too here. I mean, we have quite a few people in the auditorium and stuff ready to rock too. We have 2 technologies that we can research now, synthetic fertilizers and the gas power plant. I am tempted to do a gas power plant, not because I think I need it, but because I've solved the problem here. All right, there's always been a problem with like the rolling blackouts and stuff. I say I've solved it, but it's not really solved. It's more like I've diagnosed it. Now, I've had a couple of people with some various different ideas, and you guys were all Like all of you were like had really good guesses. Like the really quality, well thought out hypotheses as to why there were rolling blackouts. But the thing is, I have an unfair advantage when it comes to like conversing with you and debating with you on why things are the way they are. I have an unfair advantage because I get to click the things I want when I want, and I get to really like thoroughly look at everything, right? And you don't. You just have what's on the video. So like I don't want to say like any of you guys are just wrong. You're just missing key components, and there's no way you would have known this. There's just impossible for you to have known how this was working. So the closest one in the guess was saying that we needed a higher voltage lines running from the switches to the transformers. And one of those, I forget who it was, but if you click one of these, it shows that there's a 155 here, and this is not at all at 100%. So this thing should not be overloaded. And if I go to this one, it should not be overloaded, right? Because every single one of these have a 2.35 megawatt line going through them. But the number that you have to look at, too, is this top one here, where it says total wattage of all connected buildings. Usually this number isn't that important, because what it really comes down to is how much power is the substation going to pull? Is it overloaded? But it can give you a clue as to how much power is being drawn from all connected buildings. And so you have to at least know that you have that many megawatts coming into the system as a whole, and not just to that substation. So I have two transformers, and this was my response to them. I have two transformers. They're split, and one of them has an 8 megawatt in, and the other has a 4 megawatt in. And these two things are fine on the surface, because if you go 8 plus 4, it equals 12. And that's actually what I have running underneath the ground here. I've got this underground 12 megawatt line running all the way over here into this. And on top of that, it's also not quite accurate in terms of like how much I really need over here, because there's another line running underneath this side. So these are two different ones, right? One's running that way, one's running this way. And this one is also a switch that's got power into it, into a transformer. And all of these connections are spread out, sending power in various ways too. And so part of this 10 megawatt is also from this system. So in total, I have 3 transformers sharing the load in this area, right? 3 different transformers are powering this area. And so it's not an individual substation, nor is it an individual switch or an individual transformer. That's the problem with the rolling blackouts. It's actually farther up the line. If you have all the lines correct, and you know where all your power is, and you know that all your substations are not overloaded and everything is equally balanced, and you're still getting rolling blackouts, then the chances are it's not this system that's the problem, but it's further up the line. And in this case, it is further up the line. Again, there was no way anyone would have known this. It's just one of those things where I have the advantage in that I can click things. If you take the line that's running to this switch, you have to know where the power is coming from to get to this switch, because this switch and this switch are almost exclusively responsible for all the power in Magnitograd, right? With the exception of some wind turbines, and there's one line running around the mountain that comes this way, and then it feeds into a substation that's over near here, and that can kind of reach some of these buildings. But for the most part, all of Magnitograd is powered by these 2 switches. And there's 2 switches to provide redundancy, because if one of them catches on fire, then every single connection that's getting power from that switch is no longer getting power from that switch while it's on fire. So I have redundancy built into the system in case one catches fire. The other one can at least power most buildings. We don't have a complete and total blackout. That was the reason why we went with this route. But we have to consider where the power is coming from. And in this case, it's going to eventually come from over here where the nuclear power plant is, which is why we've got these 18 megawatt lines running up here, but they don't go anywhere, at least not yet. Instead, we get our power from these 18 megawatt lines, and they run all the way down to this switch over here, right here. Okay. And it actually switches. There's actually a couple of switches here. So this line is to this switch. Sorry. It goes to this switch, which is powering the stuff here, as well as getting prepared to power some of Magnitograd and all of this area, which the substations I place here will feed over here too. So like it's all going to kind of share, right? And then that comes in with a 15 megawatt line right here. And this is the problem. It's a combination of things. This 15 megawatt line gets maxed out. I sometimes need 15.5 to 16 megawatts to come down this line. And it's a 15 instead of being a full 18. I did that a long time ago because I figured the power is going to come from this side eventually. And so by the time it gets here and gets distributed to Charlemagne's North and stuff, there's just no way I'll need more than 15 coming this way. We will have already stolen a lot of that power. And so I designed it for the future, but unfortunately designing for the future has led to inefficiencies and ineffectiveness in the present. And so this line is one of the problems. The other problem is if I go underneath, this is actually getting its power served by an underground 12 megawatt line. And so in addition to sometimes needing up to 16 in this area, we're also not giving it even remotely close to that because it's being fed 12. Because again, it was built because the power will eventually come from that direction and it doesn't need to continue at higher than 12. And I wanted it to go underground and get out of the way of the helicopters and not be in the way of Charlemagne's North and all these things. So that's the combination. And ultimately, that is the reason why this area is having rolling blackouts. Is because it needs more power than that system over there is willing to provide it. It's all coming from one side. Now, how do I solve that issue? It's actually a really simple fix. It's just going to take some time. We have these high voltage lines that are connected over here, which again are 18s because they're supposed to come from the nuclear plant that will be over there. But these are fed through with a 12 and a 7 for a total of 19 megawatts, which is the cap for this. The switch can't handle any more than 19. So there's a 7 and a 12 underneath going this way. And I went underground like this because I didn't want to get in the way of the future planes that are going to be landing here. I just want the aesthetic of having tall wires there. And then, of course, I have this connecting here so that both of these can share in that power load. So I can start by connecting things to this one instead of this one. But long story short, we have power being fed to this up to 19 megawatts. If we go back far enough, we'll see that, this thing is being fed by a 15. So it's really close to 15 is what we have. We have 15 here because, again, it does get weaker as we go this direction. It's supposed to be originating from over here. Power comes from over here. So anyway, it's built for the future, not as effective for the present. These 18 megawatt lines are hot. These are hot lines. They have power. And they're all the way over to this switch. What I'm going to do to fix Magnitograd, and I probably will tear this out later just because I don't think I want it there, but hey, maybe it stays. I don't know. I'm going to take a connection, and we're going to go off this one, I guess. We're just going to take a connector right here on this line. And from this, we're just going to go. It doesn't have to be 18, to be honest. We could even go cheaper than this, but because the 18s are already built out this way and are stopping here, I can't connect lower voltage lines to this. And so I'm just going to connect it with an 18. And it ends up going, I should just connect right there, but those are really close by. You know what? We're going to do the thing again where we go like this and then over like that. And then you over. Oh, I need that road out of the way, don't I? Yeah. I'll tell you what. We'll just let it be for now. We'll just connect it here with this road. It's fine. And then from here we go out and then like that. And then it's hard to see the little white dot from here and then like that. And then from here, hopefully that just connects. Yeah, like that. Okay. We're going to tell the helicopters to do this. We're going to make this a high priority. And that, once it's built, will give us an entirely new source of power coming from this side into the switch. So that when this thing has an insufficient amount of power coming from it, and it doesn't quite meet the needs, we're getting it from this side too. So this switch will now be fully provided with the power that it needs to power Magnitograd all through the town, and everything will be fine. Okay, once those lines are completed, we will have no more rolling blackouts in Magnitograd. All right, so again, thank you for your ideas. I appreciate that. Keep them coming because a lot of times you guys are right. But that was one of those situations where I can look at it and go, no, I'm pretty sure you're wrong, and I'm going to figure it out. And that's the solution right there. We just simply need more high voltage getting into this switch so that it can be distributed properly. Okay, so looks like this boat took off. Whoa, we got 76 million now. Ay caramba. 12 million profit last month. Hello. I love that. Electricity. Cernikova Farms. They'll figure that one out. I don't know. They'll figure that one out. The winter is almost done. These guys are taking forever to get this done, though. It's really a beautiful thing. I could watch this all day because it's just like, oh, the workers are arriving, and then they're getting there, and then poof, they're gone. And nobody waits too long. They all get to go to work. There are a total of 5 trams on the line. So I went out and got one more, right? There are 5 trams on the line. And so far, there's no conflicts. Every once in a while, though, we'll get a notification saying that there's been a collision. And it's because a tram will get really close to another one. They kind of spaced themselves out now, thankfully. When I first placed the 5th one on there, this was a problem. But now that the 5th one's had a chance and the end stations had a chance to separate them and everything, it doesn't seem to be an issue much anymore. But it would be a problem when the trams were too close together, and this would stop because it's got to wait for the other trains, and the other tram would slam into the back of it. And if that ever happened, the tram would just go back and forth in the station until it was able to pass. It was really no big deal. But now we don't seem to have much of a problem like that, so everything is flowing really nicely. And then you'll see these buses are here too. These buses have a really strange route because for whatever reason, I cannot get these guys to follow my damn instructions. So I've got waypoints for these buses. There are 2 of them on a route that basically just take passengers from this side to this side. So passengers can get pretty much anywhere they want as long as they're riding this bus. And there's 2 buses that are equally spaced out. So one usually picks people up over here. It might be that one. And then one picks them up over here, and then they just kind of swap places. But where I want them to go is probably not the quickest route, but it keeps them away from this. I want to try to avoid having more vehicles here. So I've got the vehicles coming this way. They tag up at these waypoints. They turn right because this is a one-way street. And they're going to tag up again at these waypoints so that they take the path I want them to take, damn it. And ultimately then they end up going to the Magneto bus station. As soon as they tag up at this one, there it is. And now he can go to the bus station on the route he's supposed to go on. Okay, this road is done. Let's see what we can do here. I hate doing this in the winter because it's really hard to see, but we do what we got to do. So this road goes away, and now we see whether this will connect or not. And I'm crossing my fingers. All right, now it will connect, but can I get a road under there? That's the question. So this one to this one. I would hope that a road would go under there. Right? We can get a road under there, right? Just go kind of at a different angle, maybe. Yeah, you can get a road under there. Sure. So we'll just curve it a little bit like that, and then you can connect there. All right. That's pretty good. We'll have that run, okay? And then also dry bulk cargo, that can run. Now, this is going to be properly assembled. Can I get the helicopters to do their thing? Yes. I need them. I need all of them to get their gravel. Start doing gravel things. This is waiting for concrete. This is waiting for concrete. And yeah, everybody's waiting for concrete because I told them that they should get it from here, and they can't do that yet. I also forgot one element, one really important element for this, and that is water. I'm not feeding this thing water, and I forgot about that until just now. So I need to feed this thing water too. Where am I going to get that? It needs to be at least 55% quality. So basically it can be any water. So how about we grab ourselves a well, a small water well will do. And we can just put a really small well here. This is 83%. More than enough. That is not a road that cars can drive on. No, it'll have to be this road. Which I guess is fine. We could put it even here too. This is 83%. It just needs to be in range of a lot of power too. I could put it closer though. I mean, there's nowhere I'm going to pump from a well that's going to be 55. So like it's kind of good wherever, honestly. And then I just you know, let it be. So I think we'll do it right here. A little well right here will be probably pretty good. So pump that right there, and then we're just going to feed this with you. I'm not sure how much water at most. It says consumption at max production is 85 cubic meters, but remember, this thing doesn't produce maximum all the time. So probably what we could do is we can put like a 70, like a really small water tower, like right here, would be a good idea. And then you will feed into concrete like this underneath the helicopters. Is pretty cool. We're gonna need a pump. Got to pump it to this, so we'll do a pump right here, and it'll just be sitting right over here. It's fine. Get the walking paths to go over like that and connect there, and then finally our pipe will come off of this. We might as well use a medium because we can, and we'll go about like that, and that will provide the water for concrete. I forgot to do that before. Now I can do that. All right, so we'll do that right there. We'll get the helicopters involved, bring all this over. Yeah, just have them build all of it. I don't care. This is all helicopters too, so they will be able to you know, get their concrete and stuff. But I need to also get Charlebinsk involved still, because this concrete source is not active. So I need this concrete brought from Charlebinsk still. I'm really close to not needing that. It's going to be very cool once I get to the point where I don't need that. But for now, I still need that. Okay, I've done everything I can. I'm going to let this run now so that this can be fixed. And we'll just keep racking up the money. I'm debating on buying another boat. It's a thing, right? I'm thinking about buying another one. I could maybe look for used ones. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. I can keep looking for used ones, but, you know, the ore carrier, 68 million now. The price just keeps going up, right? You know, the faster we can do this, the faster we can whip through those dollars, the more every boat I buy makes me money just that much faster, right? So it's a thing. Yes, it's a thing. I bought another boat. I think this will be the last one I buy for a while, but I bought another boat, and then I just need to find the other boats. This will be my 5th ore boat for this this route. I gotta find where here. I'll just take this because they stop at the station to refuel, so I'll know where they are. So this is there's 3 of them here. Here's the ore boats we have. I thought that was my 5th ore boat. I guess that's my 4th. I guess that's my 4th. I thought that was my 5th. Well, all right then. I'm just wrong. This one here is full. It's on its way to the pumping harbor, actually, to refuel. There it is. Hey. There you go. Full of bauxite. Hell yeah. All right. So now all I need to do is find the boat I just bought. I'm just going to tag that right there. Zoom out. And we're going to go over here because it's coming from this side. And it'll be from one of these 2 ends. Usually it's over here, I think. It's not that one. That's one that just dropped off. It's going to be this one right here. There it is. And now I want to just tell you to go to the west. Yeah, your route is right there. You're going to the west now. Wait a minute. No, because you're going to turn around. So these boats want to do that route. They want to do this back and forth thing. So I have to tell them to take the waypoint. Yeah, I have to tell them to go to the waypoint instead. Otherwise, they will do the back and forth thing that I don't want them to do. So now he will turn around and do what he's supposed to do, which is to go to the border. There you go. Brand new boat. Another 85 or 8,200 tons of bauxite. Taking a look at the prices in the economy and trade menu here. Go to the prices for the global market. Bauxite is now purchased at 183. It's not getting that much more expensive. And it's sold for 1349. Still a solid trade. So we're going to keep it going. All right. I'm going to let this run for a while. See if I can get this fixed. In case you're curious, the distribution office and how we're going to get the cement. This distribution office is the one that's managing the cement. it is kind of out of position to do that. Admittedly, I kind of wish we had another distribution office somewhere over here. And that's what this one is going to be. I think this one here will eventually be the one that takes over cement because it can just pull right in here a little bit quicker. But at the moment, this is the one that does it. Predominantly because this is the one that's handling aggregate. And with the exception of cement, all the aggregate originates here. So it's kind of, that's why it's over here. But anyway, this is the train that's going to do that. And so all these cement cars here, right? It's already been told to pick up cement from the source. So that's already in place. But now I've added this stop and told it to unload. But it didn't do anything. And that's when I discovered what I had done, is because it didn't do anything. I was like, oh, that's probably why. So that's why we're redoing it. All right, I'll see you guys in a second. The cement is delivered. Yes, that actually works now. Very good. All right, so this, wait. It isn't delivered? Did you lose power or something? Wait a minute, what are you doing? Hold on. Hold on. Why? Why did you stop? I mean, you delivered some, sure, but why did you stop? Oh, I bet it lost power. Yeah, I bet, because it's only powered by the wind plant right now. I need to have actual consistent power here. Well, the good news is these things are only going to hold cement anyway. So when this thing decides to make a new route and come back, which honestly, I'm hoping I could just turn it around, but that isn't an option with these distribution office trains. You don't control them. So this button doesn't tell them to go to stop. It tells them to go back to workplace. But we need to have better power over here. More stable power over here. So that is a thing. Let's say, where am I getting it from? There's no connections on that. I'm out of connections. I'm out of, well, maybe, hold on. Maybe there's one over here. By the, I was kind of hoping there'd be one there. I don't think so. I don't think I can connect to the trafo and stuff, right? To get power. I don't think you can pull power from these sources. Like wind power is not sufficient. I need something better than this. I need something more stable than this. Gosh, I don't have any connections left. I'm all tapped out. Do I have any high voltage connections left? I do. I have 3. Okay, well, tell you what, we're going to have to run it underground because I don't want to deal with anything else. So we're going to go 7 underground. And we're going to get another switch put in over here somewhere. So let's say a switch goes in. Gosh, right by this parking lot would be a pretty cool place for it, actually. It looks like it would fit. Kinda, almost, maybe. That's very close to fitting here. Oh, come on now. Let it be. Let it happen. Make it so. No, won't fit there. Okay, well, how about right here? Can I just put it right here? Good enough. We'll put it right here. And then we'll have the little road connected there. All of this stuff should be fine. Now I need a transformer. Because you got to convert it. I think we're going to put it over here on the coastline. I need to make sure I'm not going to be in the way of a future rail, though. So that's the issue. Maybe put it over here instead. Right by the bridge. That means, like, why would I do this then? Why not put this closer to that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm speaking out loud here, okay? Sometimes I show you the planning. Sometimes I show you the results. I've had people tell me they like it either way. So I just kind of give you guys a mix, you know. Everything about my content has pretty much been a mixture of things. Obviously, this has to actually connect to a road, so, you know, we need to do that. I'll put it right here, I think. Just off this road. It's going to have to be good enough, and then I'll put the switch right next to it. Why not? It'll have to be right here. Okay. The simplest solution is usually the best one, right? So we'll just do that right there, and then we're going to bring a 7 into this. So I guess we'll have a 6 coming out of it to this. That's fine. We can then, you know, move over and have the other ones. Why don't I just put a 12? You know, why don't I just put a 12? Are you confused? You're confused. You're like, I can't get to the parking lot. Why? Why can't you get to this? Start and end is not connected to a road. Like hell it isn't. It's right here. Why are you confused? It's pretty straight shot there, dude. To your parking lot. Isn't it? If this is your destination, then yeah, it's really straightforward. So you shouldn't be confused. Yeah, there it goes. It goes away. Okay. Yeah, why don't I just put a 12 through? You know, I got a 12 coming in. And then there's 12s moving around to this side. That's the high voltage connection to get power into it. Yeah. So we should. I'm just gonna do a 12. And you know what? Why don't we set this up for the future too? We could have power. We could put a switch right here and then have that power fed over here, right? See, the plan just adapts, right? You think about it, and then you're like, you know what? This is what I'll do instead. And that just happens over and over again. So you get it the way you want. Put the bigger switch here, right? And then you get rid of these walking paths because they're going to be in the way now. So we'll just say by walking path. And then bring this road all the way up to there. That's fine. And then reconnect the walking paths. Simple enough. There we go. And then this road is already there. Good. Now we just connect it. So we say we want, I don't know, we can put an 8 here. Why not? I don't care. Put an 8 like that. And then we just bring a 12 underground between these 2 points. So we just say right here, come underground, connect to here. Simple. Magnitograd, do this. Do all of this. Hey, helicopters. I'm going to let you do it too. All right, get in here and make it happen. All right, I'm also putting a gas station right here. Because the personal cars are parking here, I want them to be able to just quickly get gas and then leave. So there'll be a gas station here. Obviously, everyone else who's driving this road can use it too. So if you're driving this way and you're looking to cross under the tunnel, you can make sure you're fueled up before you go. All the way out under the tunnel. Yeah, everything's going to be fine. This thing's filling up. So might need more people in the incinerator to help move that forward. It doesn't matter because we don't have the ash. I need to get this going. Honestly, that's the reason why I don't do the transfer station. If you're the I forget who it is, but if you're the person that said I should do a transfer station here for, you know, construction waste and all that stuff, that's pretty much the reason why I'm not going to. It's entirely about the ash. The ash is just such a big thing to deal with. And I'm going to need another one of these for sure, just to help with the ash. Can probably get away with putting it over here, though. I don't have to put it right on that, so why don't we put it over here? We'll say that we go... All of this is just an ash dissipation area. You need so much room for this crap. Put it right here. 1. Flip it over. 2. Tell me I can get another one in here. I can. Yeah. It won't be pretty, but I can do it. I'm only going to get 1, though, so I might as well just pull it in over here a little bit like this. Like this. Now, as long as I can get this road out, we're good. Yep. That road goes out, and I'll just connect it anywhere. It doesn't matter. Let's connect it to this here if it'll let me. It's gonna be right here. From there and there. All right, good. Helicopters, make it so, please. I'm putting you guys to work because I really need that concrete used up, that gravel used up. I need all that stuff to just... I need to give these guys reasons to use gravel. And that's what we're going to have for that. And then the ash is managed. I don't know if I showed this. The ash is managed by these 3 garbage trucks right here. Now, you might think you should use bigger container ones. It won't matter because they're loading it from the claw. And then they just dump it. And the dumping speed is not that much different between those 2 things. So it's fine. So these small guys here, we'll load them from the claw here. And then they dump them into here for ash dissipation. If you're wondering how the other one's doing, it's actually doing really well. We'll take a look over at the garbage over here. Now, I did have a little bit of a hiccup for a little while. And I have this check mark here to tell me when this thing stops producing. And now I have machines replacement in progress, which is a big deal. So high priority for all involved, please. Every office, please do this immediately. because the waste is going to start piling up. But it'll start dissipating here, which is good. Anyway, so I had a little hiccup here where it filled up with plastic waste and it wouldn't operate. And I got this notification that said, hey, it stopped producing. So I came over here and yeah, it was starting to build up and it was full of plastic. And that was because these guys were no longer picking it up because this was full of plastic. Not a good deal. So I went ahead and put a temporary office right here and just stuck a flatbed truck in here. And now this guy, all he's going to do is wait until this thing is 40% full. And I'm mostly doing that just so I make sure he gets a full truckload when he does it. But he's just going to wait till it's 40% full. Then he's going to grab it and he's going to take it over here to get processed. Pretty much. How's this doing? Completely empty. And that means that all this stuff, yeah. So you can see how we're doing with the ash over here, though. It's really like nothing burger, right? We got a lot of places to dump ash and it's awesome. I am going to eventually disable these. And when all the ash is gone out of these temporary ones, I'm going to break them all down. And that's going to open me up for being able to use those temporary ones over here. So this area here can manage its own. Oh, yeah. The new boat. Our brand new boat on its way for its first big load. Oh, I'm so proud. It's going to be great, man. I probably should let the oil boat go again because we're going to start losing dollars here in a bit. I did let it make one more run. I let it make one more trip, but I think I'm going to turn it on, let it go again. As long as I have enough rubles to get by, right? You see February, we bought the big boat. As long as I have enough rubles to get by, everything's fine. So I'm going to say launch. Yep. And you're going to go back to the border and you're going to load up your oil and we will continue this international trading saga of making money. We will continue this as soon as we can. Just like that. Okay. So anyway, all of this was done so that I could provide power over here consistently, right? That was the whole reason for doing this. So let's make sure we actually do it. I'm going to put this substation right here. And then I don't think we need much power here. And I like having all the trees and stuff around. So I'm actually just going to do the underground here. I might need another. I don't know how much power this stuff uses, but I might need more. We'll see. But right here, this thing is just going to go straight over like this and hook in right here. Like there. Okay. And then once that's built, we can then, plant the trees again and everything will be great. Just going to go in and just let let's do Acacia trees right through here. Just plant a few more trees and let it all, be really nice looking. That's what we want. Lots and lots of trees. This will begin producing concrete as soon as it has water. And indeed, it already is producing it. Probably because water trucks, right? We had a water truck bring it water. That's the only thing I can think of. Is the reason why that would work. The pipes are already done. Yeah, we're waiting on the well, which has a little bit more work days left. This has just a mere 10 work days left. Okay, so about the power. I'm wrong. Okay. Picking this up did not fix the problem. I am going to try something anyway, but if that doesn't work, I'm kind of lost on how this works. So rolling blackouts are still happening. In fact, they're happening during the day as well. It's not just night. Now it's during the day. And I'm not sure what happened, but ever since I connected this, it's kind of happening during the day now. Okay. What I think is happening now is that there's so much power being used up that there's not enough to send this way on the line, which is weird because this side is, again, it's only receiving 0.3. Okay. From this side, this is a 0. I don't know. It's like receiving nothing. Same thing with over this one here, 0. And this is what's supposed to be sending power that way right now. So something is amok with this because this is connected to this, which is also saying 0. And this is connected to this, which has, power. There is something coming from that, right? But this is all, you know, it's underground, right? It's right here. So if I was to look underground, you can see a 12 megawatt. When you see the red stripe, that's 12 megawatt. It's the highest throughput underground wire you can get. Now this one is 7. So there's a 7 running all the way through here. And if you come through here, like obviously 7 isn't what I'm, you know, needing, but 7 is what I've got going through there. And then there's a 12 coming from this side. So at the most, we should be at least getting 7 from this side if we need it, right? But there's also other things using that once it hits this switch. There's other things using that power. So I think what it is there's just not enough power coming from either one of these sides to actually, you know, power this place. Again, if I had a power plant over here, that would change because then the source of the power is on this side and everything's fine. But that's not happening. But as a way of troubleshooting it, as a way of just, you know, because there was a couple people who thought it was had to do with like how much power I'm feeding the transformers and stuff, right? So just to, you know, be thorough and double checking, these rolling blackouts are happening with this switch receiving almost no power when it should be receiving a lot more than this. This switch, it's got an 8 megawatt high voltage line running to this transformer, and it used to be a 4 here. So 8 plus 4 equals 12, which is what the underground cable is here coming from that side. Okay. But now I've upgraded this to a 10 just to do it. So this is a 10 now, you know, between the cuts here. And so more than enough capacity here to satisfy. I could fully saturate this switch. 10 and 8. I could fully saturate the switch pretty much. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether I can fully saturate the switch. It doesn't seem to matter whether or not like how I've got the power sorted here. Nothing seems to matter. You know, the transformers are not overloaded, right? There's 2.35 of capacity here. It's only at 155 at max consumption here, so it's not overloaded. And this is the same story for all of these substations. It's the same thing. They're just not receiving the power. They're not overloaded. There's not, you know, too many connections or anything. It's just not receiving the power, okay? And so what I'm going to try is I need to send the power from another source. I need to send it from somewhere else, or at least from a different direction. I have right now from my power plants, which are producing a lot of power, by the way. They're not like underperforming or anything. They regularly have over 20 megawatts of production. Okay. Right now they don't because I'm not selling as much power, but it's fine. Like I can boost it up if I need to. What I'd like to do is get this 13. You can pause it right here and see that. I'd like to get the 13 megawatt line that I've got running towards steel, which is never fully utilized. This thing is never overdone, right? We've got some reconstruction taking place here. Yep, on the double, please, guys. Anyway, we're never fully using this. So what I want to do is I think I want to split this source again. I want to take this, the switch that's right here, right? And I think I want to split this source again. So I want to have a bigger switch. And then what I'm going to do with that bigger switch, again, just to be thorough, is I'm going to take a 13 megawatt line and hit this switch with it. The switch that's already powering everything. I'm going to hit this switch with 13 megawatts from this direction, okay? Rather than coming from that direction, which I think by the time it gets there, it's like all the power from the source has already been siphoned off, right? So, because again, this system is designed to have power coming from that side. So, I want this line right here. And we're doing 13 just to make sure that if, you know, all else fails, the entirety of Magnitograd can be powered by this one line, right? So we can bring this over about that far. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. And then bring you over like so. Kind of don't want to... I'm going to stay on this side of the rail. Like this. And then in. Okay. All right. We're going to have them construct this. And we're not going to disconnect it just yet because I need to disconnect this and have you redirected into here. So basically, I just need to delete this one and then redirect that to there. But let's build this first because it's a, you know, it's a big part of it, and we might as well just get it over with. And if we can do this successfully, maybe this will fix the problem. But if it doesn't fix the problem, I am at a loss on what to do if it doesn't fix the problem, because a rolling blackout during the day is different. I never had that problem before I hooked these lines up, so I think I actually made it worse. And because I think I made it worse, I'm going to test that theory as well by just going like this. Or go like this. All right, we'll just take out that little segment right there. By cutting that off, we should now be forcing power to come from the other side, and right there, bang. All of a sudden, it just maxes out the line. And now I have no rolling blackouts during the day. For the most part. Real weird, right? Like, why would connecting that all the way over there and having almost no power throughput at all on that side, why would that cause complete lack of power on this side? I'm scratching my head on that. I don't know. But it slammed 15 megawatt over here, and now at least we're saturating this. We're going to have their labor on the switch. We're going to have helicopters on the switch. Everybody's going to take part in this effort to have it be done as fast as possible so that I can swap this power over, all right? It's got to fix it. It has to. There's no way. It's got to fix it. But at least now you can see we don't have rolling blackouts all the time. It's just that, you know, for some reason connecting that really screwed the pooch. So, again, once we get our nuclear over here, I think this is never going to be a concern anymore. But, you know, for now, big concern. And it seems like all things are stable at night now. So I say this and I get a little flicker here. It will eventually start flickering. I don't know how to predict when it does it, but it does it. All right. So anyway, we're gonna get some redundancy over there and make sure it doesn't happen anymore. All right. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate you guys. It's been a day, right? We've had a day, and I corrected some mistakes. We have a fully operational asphalt and concrete industry over here now. That's always great. We have people actually using gravel consistently now. We got a long line of cars here still, but that's okay. Yep. Still have a whole bunch of ash to take care of. And if I go under the ground, you can see I am now also building this bridge. This bridge is getting built. I like how this thing is able to just kind of be teleported over to the side or something. Because this is connected. This is all one job. This whole bridge is all one job. And then the only thing else I want to do is I've got this gravel road right here. I've just made this. And what I want to do once this gets a little bit less busy is I could probably just do this now anyway, offline even. I'm going to take all my technical service offices. I'm going to tell them to bring the mixed waste back here because we're not doing a whole lot of that right now, right? So bring the mixed waste over there now. That will alleviate stress on this. And then what I can do is I'll just connect this here so that we have a nice gravel road for this instead. And then, you know, I can tear down a lot of these dirt roads and just make it more organized through here. I think that would probably be pretty good. Maybe I can put some extra stuff here, right? And then I'll probably end up having some of the offices do this anyways. So like this technical service office, I'll probably just tell this to bring the mixed waste here all the time anyway, just because, you know, it's closer. Okay, so I'm going to pause it really quick because it's nighttime. So here's that 13 megawatt line running through. We got this switch set up now. And this stuff has been taken down and redirected to where it goes into this switch instead. And then this switch sends the 13 megawatts down the mountain, around the mountain over here. So if we take a look at Magnitograd now, in the nighttime anyway, right now it seems pretty stable. No rolling blackouts. And we actually have a switch that has some kind of power. Very stable throughout the entire night right now. That's a solid thing. It's good news. I like it. Now, obviously, my entire steel industry has no power still because I've still cut the entire power to this. And that is what hopefully this will fix. We start to get some steel delivered there. There we go. I believe this is the rest of our steel. We'll need some electrical components. That'll probably be this truck right here. There it is. And then we just need workers on site to complete this. And as soon as this is done, then everything just goes back to normal over by the steel. And we can see just how much power we really need coming through here. I did briefly run out of dollars, like $0 for a little while there. But the oil tanker finally made it across the border and started selling the oil. But I think I ran out of dollars because we're, again, buying plastic now, right? And as soon as I ran out of dollars, the boat stopped buying plastic. So it's only coming back with 17 tons now. No big deal, but yeah. This entire scheme was always supposed to be, you know, using up all the dollars to get more rubles. And so that's what we're doing. But now I'm not going to let that... I'm going to let the oil boat go. We're just going to let the oil boat do whatever it wants to do from like now on. So, okay, so not done yet. 23 work days. So basically, as soon as a bus shows up, we get it. And then we can see what that's done to our power grid over here. Because this entire industry, all these people are basically jobless. They show up, but they can't do anything. So, you know, if you're getting paid for nothing right now, but at least you're happier. We're at 69% happiness. You know, there's a lot of stuff here. Like crime is apparently a problem for 6,800 people somewhere. Unable to drink alcohol is still a thing. Lack of meat is still a thing for some people. I'm not sure what's going on with the lack of meat thing. Let me take a look at that really quick. Yeah, so like, is my distribution office not doing well enough just bringing meat in? I mean, I could change that. I could just put a dedicated train on meat really quick. I got 2 dedicated trains here. I just take all these waste cars off of them and put some refrigeration cars on them. You know, just have like a dedicated train that's doing nothing but grabbing meat from the border. You know, we could try that. Let's say I'm gonna have you go and pick up some refrigeration cars. Cargo wagon. Refrigeration. We'll do the isotherm ones. All right. We'll have you bring the isotherm ones, and then have you bring that back to here. And we'll say that we want to buy. How many of these do I want to buy? Let's say we get. Let's go cargo wagons. It's isotherm. Yeah. Let's go with. Was there 22 meters long? 1, 2, 3, 4. We could do 4 of these things, and then we'll just again have a dedicated train that just kind of goes back and forth from the border, dropping off meat here to make sure that this place has it. And we can maybe put I don't think an end station will work for a cargo route, right? But I kind of want to. I don't know. I don't want to micromanage it, so. I feel like maybe this train will have 2 different routes. We'll have it get meat from the border, drop it off here, get meat from the border, drop it off there, then drop off here, then meat from the border, drop off here, meat from the border, drop off here, and then here. And that way we keep both of these locations full of meat kind of all the time. And then we let the distribution office handle the process of moving the meat from here over to Magnitograd, because that's still happening. But yeah, like this right here, right? It's picking up meat, or at least it's trying to pick up meat. Maybe it dropped it off. Looks like it dropped it off. Yeah, it picked it up from the farm and dropped it off. That's still not very good, right? Because our meat industry isn't really humming right now. You know, we still need to improve this. We still need to expand this. So I got a lot of stuff to do, basically. These houses are nearly complete. So. And then the parking lots are too. And then also this stuff is starting to get worked on, and also mining. People are actually mining uranium from this now. I didn't tell them to do it. I said build these things, and they just automatically went to work here. So cool. There's that. And then we have the processing centers, which have no workers in them yet. But we could always do that. But right now we're just kind of building up the uranium ore in stock. and then we'll start processing it, and it will go. Well, it's supposed to go in here, but we're apparently dropping off other things in here right now. But it's supposed to go in here to get picked up. So I'll probably want to empty this out. Yeah, I want to empty this out. I want uranium oxide to be here. I want 100% of this to be uranium oxide. You know, very small numbers of stuff for you know, construction, right? Is supposed to be in here at the moment. That's supposed to be over here. So I need to get this stuff out of here and do this over here. But that's gonna be something I can take care of that. It's not a big deal. I'll just do it with the trucks. It's fine. Just tell the trucks to pick it up from here and drop it off there. Okay, that's gonna do it for my video today. I hope you guys are well. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. It's been an adventure so far with workers and resources, hasn't it? Sure has. Just make sure this is done. It is. Let's take real quick as we sign off. How much power are we pushing through this right now? 6? About 6 megawatts. All right. So we doubled what we're pushing this direction. And as we come around here, we should see that pretty much everything has power. The only things that don't have power are, I guess, things that don't need it, like these things. These things don't need power, so that's fine. These are all waste things or pending constructions. Or constructions that aren't completed yet, right? They're not going to draw power. But everything else is... we're good on power now. Again, I don't know what happened there, but I suspect what it is. It's just we were sending power from a single source way back here. And by the time it got over here, there's just not a whole lot left to send. And it's same thing for this side. We're sending it, and then, you know, it's only a 7 megawatt line through this. This stuff is using power. There's not that much left to send. You know, so by bringing it from this side, I think that's just the way to go right now. All right, until we get there, until we get our new power plant over here. Take care, everybody. We'll see ya. Bye bye.